Hello friends, I'm writer-director C.S.Nag with Wake Up India. In today's episode number 9, titled Unchain the Hands That Feed You, I will talk about our farmers who have done us proud by posting a record level of food grain production this year, in spite of their outstanding issue with the government for which they have been agitating for more than 6 months now. In spite of getting a raw deal from the Modi government, India's farmers have given the country something to cheer about by posting a record harvest of 305 million tons of food grains this year. Agriculture was the only sector which defied not only the government but the economy's nosedive to COVID. India's GDP shrank by a massive 24%. But the farm sector posted an amazing turnaround, accounting for nearly 20% of the GDP with a 3% hike in annual production. India's farmers set new records of food production with 108 million tons of wheat, 120 million tons of rice, 36 million tons of oilseeds, 25 million tons of pulses, 400 million tons of sugarcane, 36 million tons of cotton, 30 million tons of corn, and 10 million tons of peanuts. This is an amazing turnaround by any standards. When our farmers, in fact, have been busy agitating, it seems, for more remunerative and fair prices for their products from the government for more than 6 months now, to no avail. To underscore the government's mishandling of the economy, the consumer price index and the consumer food index, which is a large proportion of it, in fact, rose in May to 5% from 1.96% in April. The spike was said to be due to a rise in oilseed prices, eggs, meat, fish, and pulses, which rose by as much as 10%. A similar hike was seen in fuel prices, which, as we know, has a multiplier effect on all consumer prices. Manufactured goods, clothing, footwear, and even housing became more expensive. As a result of its misplaced priorities, inflation rose to a record high of 12.94% due to a rise in crude prices and manufactured goods, which slumped in spite of the government's highly promoted Make in India program. As agriculture surged to a 24-year high of 20% of GDP, manufacturing slumped to 17%, while the service sector took the creamy layer with 63% of GDP. Modi's promises of creating 100 million jobs by 2022 turned into a bad joke on the youth of India as unemployment climbed to a 40-year high of a record 7%, with more than 50 million jobless. Over 10 million jobs were lost in May itself. And India slipped not only below China, but even below Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka in unemployment figures. With a third wave of the new Delta COVID expected later this year, the jobless rate could climb up higher to double-digit figures, according to experts. Wake up, India. You cannot chain our farmers' hands that feed you and expect your salesmen and middlemen to deliver the goods. The Banya mania cannot cope with the COVID crunch.
धरती कहे पुकार के, बीज बिछा ले प्यार के, मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए,
मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए,
मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए। अपनी कहानी छोड़ जा, कुछ तो निशानी छोड़ जा, कौन कहे इस ओर तू फिर आए ना आए।
मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए,
मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए।
तेरी राह में कलियों में नैना बिछाए, डाली डाली पायल काली तेरे गीत गाए, तेरे गीत गाए। अपनी कहानी छोड़ जा, कुछ तो निशानी छोड़ जा, कौन कहे सो तू फिर आए ना आए। मौसम बीता जाए, मौसम बीता जाए,
भाई रे, नीला अंबर मुस्काए, हर सांस तराने गाए, हाय तेरा दिल क्यों मुरझाए। मन की बंसी पे तू भी कोई धुन बजा ले भाई, तू भी मुस्कुरा ले।
मन की बंसी पे तू भी कोई धुन बजा ले भाई, तू भी मुस्कुरा ले।
अपनी कहानी छोड़ जा, कुछ तो निशानी छोड़ जा, कौन कहे इस ओर तू फिर आए ना।